What's up, YouTube? Do you feel lucky here? Bringing you kind of a rant today. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna call it a rant. Just I kind of want to express my feelings to you about. And as you saw why you clicked on this video, it's about Pokemon Go. I don't know if I'm gonna title this like I'm boycotting Pokemon Go or I'm gonna stop playing Pokemon Go until the unforeseen future. Something along the lines that I'm not gonna be playing Pokemon Go. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the game. I've had a lot of fun with it the past few weeks. And it's great. I love the people that play the game. I love the communities. I love meeting new people. I love playing with other people. It's very how it brings people together, gets people outside. It's been a blast, and it's really cool to see how it's actually made people more friendly, in my opinion. Like you see a lot, you talk to people that you would never talk to, or have just random encounters that you would just probably walk by this person and never speak a word to them, but now you actually end up talking to these people, and it's great. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to continue playing the game. I still kind of want to. But at the same time, I can't. I got to my last straw today. I kind of just got to the point where I'm like, I just can't. This game is going to frustrate me right now more than it is going to make me happy. Granted, it's great to go out and play with people, go outside, have some fun, and get in, just have a good time with it. But right now, there's so many frustrations that I can't deal with right now, and I'm sure as many of you may know why this kind of I've prompted this video. Yesterday there was a patch, and in this patch they got rid of the tracking system in the game. Now don't get me wrong, the tracking system has been broken for a while now. The tracking system was the 3 footsteps, and as you got closer to the Pokemon, the footsteps went away until they had no footsteps, and that meant it was right in your vicinity. Okay, you could track it. It has been broken for a while, and granted, okay, whatever. But since it was broken, there's other websites that popped up that help you track Pokemon. I mean, it kind of gives you their exact location, but it was a little external thing. It was whether it was an app or like just a website or something, you could go on and do it. And great, it was awesome because you can't track them, so it kind of gave you help. And like, granted, I've only used it a couple times, but I only used it a couple times when there was a new Pokemon. Like I saw a couple days ago, there's a Chansey around my house, and like, oh, a Chansey, I haven't got a Chansey yet. They very rare. Go find it. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go type on Pokevision. Looked it up. Okay, there it is. I went and got it, and it was awesome. It was great. Granted, if the tracking worked, I probably would have said, okay, let me track it and kind of walk and try to go find it. That's probably what I would have done, but it wasn't there. Now, what really upsets me now? What really set this off is last night Pokevision went down, and it was kind of like, wait, what happened? It almost seemed like first, like, oh, the first, I think they said something about the Pokemon Trainer Club was down, so we can't have access to things or whatever, and then kind of came out, well, Pokemon Go asked them to shut down their website because they didn't like it. And I knew this was eventually going to happen, don't get me wrong. And I was going to be okay with it. But my assumption was, and along with a lot of other people, and even the guy who created that website, was kind of the assumption that Pokemon Go wasn't going to shut down the website until they fixed their own in-game tracking so people could still track Pokemon. And now there's kind of this outcry in the Pokemon Go community that's like, what the hell? How am I supposed to play this game now? Like, you broke the game. This is just kind of a complete BS. And I'm inclined to agree, because honestly, it kind of takes a lot of the fun. I understand. Some of the fun is the randomness of encounters. Oh my gosh, this just popped up or there. But at the same time, it's kind of fun to go and track down these, oh, this is in the area, let me go try to find it. And it becomes more frustrating now than it does fun because you can't track it. And I can't tell you how many times without tracking that I have lost Pokemon. Like, there's been like I've missed out on Snorlax so many times because the tracking system was broken. And I can't go find it because there's no way for me to track it. Now, I can't have anyway because they decided, you know what, we don't. What really gets me is, instead of concentrating and trying to fix their own game and some of the problems they have, they use that effort and manpower to go and shut down something that was helping the community. That's what kills me. And that's kind of where what prompted me to make this video. And I don't want to go on too long complaining about just the same issue over and over and over again. Really, my issue is Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go, just, to me, in my opinion, are not communicating with the community. And that's what kills me about it. And in my head, I've kind of got this standard for a game developer. I've had this, and they're just one company comes to mind that I really enjoy, and it's the creators of pretty much one of my favorite games, and some of my favorite games of the past. And if you don't know it, one of my favorite games is Destiny, and the creators of that game are Bungie. I'm sure a lot of you know who Bungie is. I'm sure you know what Destiny is, and I'm sure if you don't know what Destiny is, I'm sure you've heard of Halo. They were the ones who created Halo, and ever since they created Halo, I mean, maybe not since the get-go. I mean, granted, pretty much since about then, Bungie has had this really good relationship with their community of their fans and the people who play their games. And to me, they have set the standard in my head of what a game developer should be, how they should act, and how they should communicate. Now, every week, Bungie has an update. This says this week at Bungie, or this week at something along those lines, where they give updates about what's going on with Destiny, what's going on with the company, what they're doing, and they give the player base information. And then when they release a patch, okay, so before the patch comes out, they say, okay, these are the things we're fixing. This is what's going on. We understand it. And then after the game comes out, when the patch releases, they release full patch notes, everything broken down. This is what we did. This is why we did it. Here you go. Complete in transparency with all that kind of stuff. It's awesome. And to me, and then when there's an issue with the game, when something is wrong, when they say, okay, we understand this is an issue, they address it. They have this time of the week where they can address this issue. So that's what kills me about Niantic. They've known about this 3-step issue. You don't know, but they just all of a sudden removed it. Then they all of a sudden got rid of Pokevision. But yet not a single ounce of communication from them that I've seen so far. And that's what kills me. It's just like, I would probably be okay, probably could live with that. I might be less upset if I knew what was going on or why it was going on, what the time frame was. Okay, when is tracking gone forever? Are they working on it? Like, hey, we just did this as a temporary fix. It didn't make any sense. It just confused people. Why we're not doing this? What the situation is, but nothing. All of it, it's all people speculating at this point. It's all speculation. And it would just be nice to have, you could have one person in the company work a press thing and to tell people, you would have a dedicated person to dedicate. You could hire somebody. They've made enough money with this game that they could hire somebody to communicate every week what's going on with the company. And that's all it would take. That's all it would take. And that's really what my issue is with this. And sorry, I'm reading some of my notes here, but that's kind of my issue, and that's really where I'm at with it. Now, there are a couple other things. Now, granted, then back to the whole thing comparison, parallel with Bungie, with where I think that. Now, Destiny wasn't great when it first came out. There had its issues. There was always stuff. And then, the thing I like about what they've done with this game is the people who have supported it from the beginning, who've been playing from the beginning, or who not necessarily at the beginning, since certain points where they jumped on or they've been playing, they consistently play. They rewarded these players. So, in Destiny, I can't tell you the countless times that I have gotten free things for in-game stuff from Bungie because of, oh, this was an issue, or that's just thanks for being here since the beginning, or thanks for dealing with these issues, and we're glad you stuck through it even with us. And every day I go to play Pokemon Go, I keep hoping that I'm going to log in and I'm going to get this message that says, hey, here you go. Thanks for dealing with all of our terrible server issues, all of our buggy game, but sticking through and playing. Here's some free incense and lucky eggs. Here's some free Pokeballs. Here's some free in coins, in-game currency, anything. Anything that really wouldn't cost them a dime, but would just solidify, just make you feel a little bit better, like, wow, they really do care about us. I keep waiting for that, but it just doesn't happen. And I really wish they would do that. I really wish they would kind of say, here you go, here's some free shit, because you've dealt with all this crap, and we want to thank you, kind of thing. I keep waiting for that, but it has not come yet, and that is just something I feel like would be great. It'd be so nice, and what also would be nice is for them to just flat out explain things to us, explain how things work or what's going on. I guess it goes back to communication, is just explain why things get better. Or why things the way they are, or how things work, what's going on. Give people a little bit better of an understanding. Just the communication is absent, and it kills me. It kills me that a game developer is this absent with communication, so people are just going around blind and having to play a guessing game while playing this game, and it kills me. I hate it. I hate that so much, and if anybody ever from Niantic ever sees this, please, I love your game. It's so much fun. but please just communicate with us. Communicate with the community. I'm sure everybody else would agree that they would be a little less hostile towards you if you could just explain things. Make a press release. Create a community page on your website that people can go and check and say, here's an update, this is what's going on, this is why we're doing it, these are some of the things that are going on. Or here's some plans for the future. Here's some of the stuff that we have going on. This is what we're working on right now. Just a thing, like a weekly update. Even if bi-weekly update would be nice. And it would just be nice to know what's going on, why it's happening, or what's being worked on. Or yes, we understand this is a problem and we're working on it. And we will as soon as we have some information or we have a solid date of what's going on, or solid information, we will relay that to you. And that would just be amazing. That would make things just so much better in my book. And I'm sure it would make things better in a lot of other people's books as well. And it's just a lot of different stuff. And besides all this, some of the other reasons that besides the communication issue, besides the whole tracking issue, there's just so many different things about this game that get more frustrating now. Now that there's no tracking system, all I do is I walk around. If I want to go walk around my neighborhood, I'm gonna run into Pidgeys, I'm gonna run into Rattatas, I'm gonna run into Paris, and every occasional a Meowth. And that's all I'm gonna run into. Only thing I can ever go run into different is I walk up to the park over here and I get Slowpokes because that's where they nest. And that's it. And that's the only Pokemon I'm ever going to run into. I would just love for them to, kind of decrease, increase, randomize, anything spawn so it's a little bit different. Like, it's so repetitive at this point now, and it just kills me. But, I don't know. That's just so many issues. But that just all goes back to this communication issue. And I really wish they would communicate. But until the point, basically the point of this video, until the point of where they A, communicate with us, B, fix all these issues that are just make this game almost unplayable at this point, or basically those are the only two, or that, I'm probably not going to play this game anymore. I might think about logging into it, but I'm going to sit there and I'll probably open it up on my phone, and then I'll probably look at it like, I don't want to do this. This isn't going to be fun for me. And I've been looking forward to it. I've been thinking like, man, I can't wait till they add second gen. I can't wait to go and hunt out, get a Larvitar, to get a Tyranitar, or to get a Totodile, to get a Feraligatr, to get, all these things. And then besides just even the legendaries, kind of look forward because those aren't even in the game. But until they fix all these problems, until all of this actually happens, until we get what we were promised from the beginning, I don't think I'm going to play this in a game more. This game anymore. Wow, I cannot speak English. But honestly, I just kind of wanted to make this video and get this off my chest, and I kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion. I want to know how you feel about this. I kind of want to know what you want from them. Like, what would make you feel better about all of these issues right now? What would make you feel better about tracking being completely gone, about them getting rid of it in the game and getting rid of the external sites? What would make you be like, okay, I understand why you did it. I'll keep playing your game. What would do it? To me, like I said, mainly communication would be a great thing. That would probably be more than enough to get it. And like I said, I think a reward for the entire player base, like just something like 100 Pokeballs, or 10 lucky eggs and 10 incense, or it's just something stupid that it doesn't cost anybody. It's just thank you for dealing with all this. We understand there's been a lot of issues, but we want to just thank our player base. Here you go. I think that would go a long way as well, because I think a lot of people would be like, it would just make them feel that they're being acknowledged and that they know there's issues and people are dealing with this, and I think it would just make people feel better. I think just the communication, maybe just something to kind of like say, here you go, we understand there's some issues, we're working on it, but we wanted to reward you for kind of dealing with it. I think it would, but I think that's personally what I think would really help a lot of these issues. But, like I said, comment down below what you think. Comment what you think about my thoughts. I know I kind of rambled on and ranted about all this for a while, but I kind of wanted to put out there because honestly, I think the more we talk about it, the more we get more of this out into the community, the more they're going to have to see it and eventually have to address it. And they're going to have to deal with it. And the more people that outcry, the more people that kind of stop playing, the more it's going to motivate them, because if they don't have any people playing anymore, then they're screwed. So honestly, the more this happens, the better the chance that it's going to get better. Either way, guys, I'm getting out of here, but don't forget to leave a like on the video. Dislike it if you disagree with me, or you just don't like me ranting, if you don't like this kind of stuff on the channel. But either way, like I said, I'm getting out of here.